Sanbonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and on today's one we are talking about the show called Lala Ngoxolo, you guys. I don't normally watch, or I have never actually watched Lala Ngoxolo, the show, but I saw this one trending, you guys, and I thought to myself, let me actually go and watch it since people were talking about it. And listen, you guys, my heart was so shattered. My heart was painful. And I think this episode is a summary of that this is one of many people's greatest fears, you guys, is to give birth and leave your child behind, leave your family behind, or passing away right after giving birth. And this is the case with this whole episode. And you know what, guys? This goes to show that's why some people they celebrate after giving birth, because the experience of giving birth, guys, is truly a life and death type of situation. I think sometimes we take advantage of the things that seem ordinary. The fact that many people like go to the hospital, they give birth, they come back with healthy babies. We take advantage of that so much, you guys, and that's God's grace, to be quite honest. There's many people, guys, that go to the hospital, they give birth, either they don't come back, their babies don't come back, or both of them don't come back, or maybe one of them comes back being, with a disability or something like that. So, guys, let us learn to be grateful and thankful for health and the things that we truly take for granted. So basically, guys, the show Lala Ngoxolo is about this medium called Wendy, and she basically mediates between families that want to speak with their deceased loved ones that have passed on, to basically find out what really happened with their children. Now, I don't know, guys. I don't know how true, or I personally do not subscribe to this thought. But I actually thought that the whole episode was quite sad, and hence I'm reporting on it. So the lady in question who actually passed away, her name is Regina, aka Utembega Mahlangu. That's the surname in which she was married to. So basically the family wrote into the show because they have a lot of questions on how their child passed away. They say she was healthy, she was active, and she was not sick at all. So Regina, she had two children. Her first child, she gave birth to her first child through a C-section. And then the second child, she gave birth to the child through a C-section as well. Except with the second child, you guys, 2 days after she had given birth, she was told that she actually had developed an infection. And when the mother, let me just say the mother, because the basically the lady who was speaking is the granny, but she's like the mother. Or let me just say the granny of the deceased, which is Regina. She says that they had to operate Regina from her neck downward. Yo guys, I think even if you did get to watch the show, the sad thing, and the thing that really triggered my emotions is seeing the baby. You can see, obviously, by the time the show responded to this family, this is a fresh thing, because the child that Regina gave birth to is still an infant. You can literally see, and my heart was just so painful. Yes, they blurred out the child's face, but the child really looked quite young, you guys. And oh, my heart, to think that, because the first child as well apparently is like 3 years old, to think that these children must grow up with a mother, without a mother, you guys, is just so sad. And it seems like life was just picking up for Regina and her husband, and then chigi, like this goes and happen. My heart was like really, painful. So anyway, they had to operate her from her neck downwards. So the family is saying they don't know what type of infection this was. They were not told what type of rejection, what type of infection their daughter had. 2 days after the baby was removed from the mother, but Regina, the mother, she could not do anything. She could not do anything. She would just cry about her stomach being painful. She'd cry about her stomach being sore. Now, another piece of information that was kind of even like, oh, guys, like, this is so sad, is the fact that Regina was married for 2 months. 1, 2. Regina was married for 2 months, you guys. So you can tell already, Gushuti, like things were going well for this couple. Like they decided to get married 2 months into marriage. Now they're giving birth to their second beautiful baby girl, looks like a baby girl, and then Jiggy Jiggy like gone like that 2 months, guys. You so the granny is even saying that the firstborn child, what Regina, she's 3 years old. She normally would look at the baby, the youngest baby, and she would like, you see, don't say your mother, or don't say your mother because she is not here. Apparently, she will point at the picture and say to the baby, you see, there's your mother. So yeah, they say that the 3-year-old, she's got so much anger. And I don't know, maybe if the 3-year-old even understands anything, but that's that. Um, but then this medium that basically came in, I need to they get to ask her questions, and she basically gets to communicate. And what she was saying is that she believes that they must take Rajima's spirit, because they only got to bury the body and not the spirit. So they needed to take the plant and the spirit, or they needed to rather collect the plant and the spirit, because apparently the family only buried the body. So I guess she was saying that they needed to do things in a proper way in order for this person to rest in peace. And then I guess they did the proper procedures that they needed to do, lit candles, spoke to their ancestors, went to the husband's house where they lived, Beno Regina, collected her spirit. Then they went to the graveyard, you guys. So this medium then says Wuti, the issue, or what Regina is basically saying, is that she was actually taken away before her time, and it was basically negligence from the doctor's side. That the doctor actually left something inside of her, something like a scissors or sharp object inside of her. And yeah, basically saying that if they would ask the doctor or the hospital for records, they would see that there was actually a sharp object that was left inside of her. But that basically it was not her time to go. Things like doors were just being opened for her and her husband. And then, you know, she left before time because of negligence from the doctor's side. I don't know if the doctors were learning on her, you guys, or what really was happening. But even the husband, you guys, I saw in the house when we're still by the granny's house, we got to see Regina's picture, young, beautiful girl. The husband as well, young. You can see this is a young, beautiful couple that it looks like they went through the struggle, the two of them, you guys, going through the struggle, and finally life looked like it was coming together. And then this went to happen. Like, I think it's such a painful thing, you guys, because this should have been a time in their life where they're celebrating an additional family member within their new family. But instead, it's almost like the new family member, which is the baby, came, and one other family member, which is the mother, was taken away. So, you guys, like, so sad, so sad. But the husband did say that he's fighting this whole thing of how his wife passed away. He has included lawyers to basically fight against Para for negligence, of how his wife passed away. And at least for me, that brought a little bit of comfort, because I'm just like, yeah, they can't afford to just like let it go like that. But at the end of the day, you guys, yes, it's comforting a little bit that the husband's willing to fight this whole thing, but it's not gonna bring, his wife back. It's not gonna bring the mother of his children back. Even those children, like, what amount could possibly compensate for the doctors being negligent, because it's not gonna bring their mother back. But yeah, guys, that is a summary of this episode. And just a reminder, you guys, that hey, futhi abanye benu That's why people say, don't just me tell any man, because listen, you are literally putting your life at risk, you guys, putting your life at risk. It's such a sad thing, but the reality of it, you guys, is that we are all gonna pass that way. We're all gonna pass through the route of death one day. So yes, death is scary, but we've all got our appointments with it in a sense. We might not know which specific way we're gonna go out, but we just really do hope which we don't go before our time and leave our children like in a state like this. You can see even the family, you guys, this is still a very fresh thing to them that they haven't even healed. Even the way they were still crying, like really they have lost a member, you guys. But anyway, guys, if you did get to watch this episode, tell me what you think about it. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you guys in the next one.